Yeah.
We can,
Hello.
sir, you can start,
Yeah.
sir.
Right. Uh, at the outset, I welcome you all for this webinar or lecture on startup. Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of the Department of Business Management and my own behalf, I welcome you all for this webinar on startups. And these kind of programs being taken by the Department of Business Management under the Faculty of Commerce and Business Management at B.R. Ambedkar Open University. I also welcome my colleagues from the department, Professor Y.S. Kiranmai, Dr. Sarita, Dr. Radha Krishna, Dr. Srinivas and other friends, Dr. Rabindranath Solomon from our university and other friends, and most welcome to our today's speaker, Madam Kavita Rajesh Garu, who is our expert today for this talk. And to introduce about the program, this is myself, Professor Anand Pawar, Dean Faculty of Commerce and President of IIC, Institutions Innovation Council at BRAOU, which is being established by the university in accordance with the AICT norms. And friends, we have been organizing this kind of programs since 1+ year, that is more than 1.5 years, starting with the establishment of IIC in the month of, I think, February 2024. And then we had almost 7 programs, and this is being 8th program. So we all are aware that the IIC, Institutions Innovation Council, is to promote the what you call fostering the startups and other system of business, inclusive ecosystem for innovation and entrepreneurship in India. And in these lines, we had 7 programs in the past, and also eminent speakers who delivered the talk on various topics. Yeah, one is being World Creativity and Innovation Day, which took place on 21st April 2024. On the topic, how to think creatively and innovatively. And talk was by Professor B. Premalata and Suresh Ram from CMR College of Engineering and Technology, Hyderabad. For this program, Professor Y.S. Kiranmai, my colleague, was the coordinator. And then National Technology Day was on 11th May. On this occasion, we had another lecture by Dr. Sujay Kaur, Chief Medical Innovation Officer at VP Apollo Hospitals Group, who talked on the role of AI and its impact on healthcare services. And this program was being coordinated by Dr. Radha Krishna. Similarly, another talk was on World Environment Day on June 5th. Talk was on economic ecosystem and restoration of sustainability by Indira Das, climate consultant, CREST, Hyderabad. And this program is organized or coordinated by Dr. Professor K. Rani Rajita Madhuri of BRAOU. And another program is on transformation in education through national education policy by Professor Shakila Shamshu, OSD to Department of Higher Education on Innovation at Delhi. And Professor Pallavi Kabde from BRAOU coordinated this program. And another program was World Entrepreneurs Day, that is held on 21st August 2024. The lecture was on the journey of an entrepreneur by Dr. Nandita Sethi, founder and MD, the Entrepreneur Zone, Secunderabad. And this program was coordinated by my colleague, Dr. Rabindranath Solomon. And 7th program was on Institutions Innovation Day. That is, we are all aware, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam's anniversary, that was on 15th October, organized a lecture on innovations in healthcare. And this resource person was VK Subodh Singh Chief Operating Officer at Hospital Planning and Implementation of KIMS Group of Hospitals, Secunderabad. And this program was organized by Professor Ravi Kumar Totti and Professor Y.S. Kiranmai. And today we are here to have another program, 8th program lecture on startups in India. And yeah, startups, innovation and its impact. And today's speaker is Mrs. Kavita Rajesh, Secretary, Center for Entrepreneurship Development, Hyderabad. And Madam, I'm very thankful and grateful to you for being accepting our invitation. And today you are the resource person for this lecture. So thank you so much for accepting our invitation and being with us today on this webinar. And we are all aware, friends, Startup in India is a flagship initiative of Government of India under the Department of Promotion and Industry and Internal Trade. And to all these programs being undertaken by Startup Day during 2025 to commemorate the National Startup Day and the anniversary and the celebrations in this regard. And as we are all aware, January 16th has been designated as National Startup Day by the Honorable Prime Minister of India. And today we are celebrating this to celebrate the entrepreneurial spirit that drives India's economic transformation. And we all of us know the mindset of the youth can be transformed into the dreaming the big dreams and embrace innovation and contribute to the economic development. So as we are all aware, governments and any other institutions and organizations are not for only creation of employment, but also we need to create self-employment opportunities by the graduates as postgraduates, those who are pursuing their graduation from different higher education institutions. And it is in this context we planned today's program on startup, and for which we have identified the resource person, Madam Kavita Rajesh. And I also must thank Dr. Sarita for not only coordinating this program, but also identifying very right person for this talk. And we are all aware, before we proceed, I would like to say what is startup and how it is different from that of entrepreneurs in brief. It does not mean that you are not aware, but still I want to just introduce the topic. And we all of us know startup is a new business that usually in the early stage of business. And also startups are with a unique business model aiming for rapid growth and scalability. And if you distinguish between a startup and entrepreneurship is process of starting a business, whereas entrepreneurs is a particular new business which is backed by technology driven or driven by technology to make services faster and scalability. And if you look at the basic differences between these two, that is startups and entrepreneurship, there are, though we use these two words are interchangeably, but these two are different in terms of the focus, innovation and disruption, growth and scalability, and also risk and uncertainty. These are the parameters to distinguish these two terms, how they are different. So it is in this context, I would like to request the today's speaker to focus on how startup innovation can take up and what would be the impact of this innovation and its initiatives on not only economic development of this country, but also ecosystem for innovation and more rapid growth in entrepreneurship. Because today's startup business may be tomorrow big entrepreneur. So we all know big entrepreneurs, you can say Tata Group or Reliance Group also, once upon a time, they were also startup at their level. but not in the same particular true spirit of startup. But at that time, technology was not much important. But the context of advancement of technology, startup business has been taking place. So it is in this context I would like to request Madam to focus on this topic and try to educate our students and participants so that they can have a little knowledge on this. So it is in this context I would like to request Dr. Sarita to introduce today's speaker in brief, so that we can start the lecture after 5 minutes. So over to Dr. Sarita.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. And also thanks to Professor Kiranmai Madam for the opportunity. Myself, Dr. Sarita, Assistant Professor of Commerce and Management and a member of Institution Innovation Cell. It gives me an immense pleasure to introduce today's our resource person, Mrs. Kavita Rajesh, a distinguished leader in entrepreneurship and innovation, who has been making impactful contributions to the business and also our entrepreneurial ecosystem in India and beyond. Mrs. Kavita Rajesh holds a commerce degree and a law degree from Usman.
Hello?
Hello,
Hello? We lost.
Radhakrishna? Yeah, Radhakrishna?
Sir, I'm at Minister
Yes,
Commerce.
yes, sir.
Sarita madam? Huh? Okay, okay. Call her.
Okay.
Madam, call just చెప్పండి. Hello, Dr. Sarita. Any problem?
Sir,
Yeah, please carry on. I think
sir, I'm audible, sir.
Yes. You please carry on.
Now you
Sorry,
are.
sir.
Right, fine.
I think some technical issue.
Yeah, right.
So, sir, it's okay. It's give me an immense pleasure to introduce today's our resource person, Mrs. Kavita Rajesh, a distinguished leader in entrepreneurship and innovation, who has been making impactful contributions to the business and entrepreneurial ecosystem in India and beyond. Mrs. Kavita Rajesh holds a commerce degree and a law degree from Usmania University. She has a rich and diverse career spanning in finance, marketing, and administration. In 2002, she embarked on her entrepreneurial journey by establishing Om specialized space.
Okay. Please carry on.
A company specialized in decorative, industrial, and specialized paints, marketed under the brand name Gold Seal. Her clientele includes renowned organizations such as L&T and other infrastructure giants. She has been a long-standing member of the Association of Women Entrepreneurs of India, ALEEP, which is called as ALEEP, since 1995, and currently serves as its joint secretary. Additionally, Madam is the secretary of ALEEP Industrial Estate and the Center for Entrepreneurial Development, which is a nodal training institute for prestigious programs sponsored by the Ministry of Agriculture in Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. Mrs. Kavita Rajesh Madam has held various esteemed positions, including being the former president of the Hyderabad Management Association and president of the South Asia chapter of the Association of Business Women in Commerce and Industry, a global chamber which empowering women entrepreneurs. Her accolades extend internationally. She was selected by the US Department of State to participate in the South Asian Women Entrepreneurs Symposium in Dhaka and the Walvis Leadership Program for Women Entrepreneurs. She has represented India at global events such as Global Entrepreneur and the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland, under Goldman Sachs flagship program for women entrepreneurs. A passionate advocate for education and innovation, Madam is an advisory board member for the Center for Financial Inclusion at NIMSMI and has actively contributed to prestigious academic institutions like Andhra Mahila Sabha, School of Management Studies and Rishi Engineering College. Most recently, she was invited as a speaker at the United Nations ESCAP Forum on Sustainable Development Goals, which is held in Nepal in 2023. Her participation reflects her commitment to driving sustainable and resilient solutions in entrepreneurial innovations. Her story is not only inspiration, but also a roadmap for aspiring entrepreneurs. Mrs. Kavita Rajesh Madam exemplifies the spirit of innovation, leadership, and dedication to building a better tomorrow. Now, let us extend a warm and enthusiastic welcome to our distinguished guest, Mrs. Kavita Rajesh Madam, as she shares her invaluable experiences and expertise us today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Dr.
you.
Sunita. Yeah, madam, you are welcome now. Yeah, please.
Mm.
Over
Sir,
to
first of
Dr.
all, I would like to
Kavita Rajesh
thank.
madam.
Thank you, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, madam, please.
Yes.
Sorry, sir, there was some technical glitches in between. It is
True.
purely internet problem. Sorry for that
Understood.
inconvenience.
No problem. Right.
Thank you, sir. Anand Pawar Garu and Madam Kiranmai Garu and Sarita Garu and people who have been coordinating and following up with me. And it gives me an immense pleasure to address Ambedkar Open University, which is the oldest, I suppose. And I know it has got lots of applauds around people around. I know that Ambedkar University has got equally a status as Osmania University those days when we were studying also. So it gives me an immense pleasure to address the students today, because today, as you were already saying, this is the 8th webinar which you are having, and I've seen quite diverse stream of people have been addressing and motivating your students across. And I think this is a good platform to connect and network and take things forward. Today, globally, when we are talking about, you are talking about innovation, impact, and all. So without innovation, there cannot be impact on a larger scale. So today it's a golden period for startups also. As you all know that I'm representing various bodies. Association of Women Entrepreneurs of India is the oldest body, perhaps more than 30 years old, which is empowering women right from grassroots level to startups, to scale ups, to many such things. So I don't have a presentation, but I would like to be one-on-one with the students also, to interact more intense with them, to understand what is that they're looking. I don't know how many of you know future is not going to offer jobs. So that you have to be very clear. Because one of the biggest threat for every student or everyone, every professional who's working in IT sector, ChatGPT is going to be a big threat for all of you. So ChatGPT is going to lay off jobs because it is doing an intellectual job with AI-based technologies and all. So that is where we should think another stream of activity is through entrepreneurship, and that is where the jobs can be created. So that is where the future, the government of India is also focusing more on entrepreneurship, startup ecosystems, and startups everywhere. You see, globally also people are talking about startups today. So because that is where the employment generation can happen, that is where the maximum revenue generation can happen, where the GDPs also can grow. So this is exactly what is happening today. India is the second largest country in the world which has got the unicorns. So you can imagine that is India is flying high, and India is being a diverse sector of activities also for startups, because as I said, the offer today, we talk about the Niti Aayog initiations and the Atal incubators and all. Why the incubations at ELIP for early stage, we started in 1990. Today, everybody is talking about incubation. Even the universities are talking about incubations. Why? Because they want to make sure that you're all sustainable. And whoever wants to start a startup are sustainable startups. So sustainability happens right from idealization. First of all, I don't know how many of you know how businesses work and what is a business plan, what is project report. So these are the essential key factors when we want to start a business. And I said, how do startup and innovation create an impact? This is the theme what we have. Without innovation, there cannot be, without a startup, there cannot be an innovation. Without an innovation, there cannot be an impact. So it is very crucial that and glow, all these three are very important. A startup who comes with a raw idea, I have an idea. How to do that, where to go, how to tap my startup, take my startup. Today, if you see the Telangana, we have for every, this is Telangana Women Entrepreneurs Hub. And again, we have the TIA, we have many such things, many such associations which we have to collaborate and take this forward. Suppose a startup has got a unique idea. Well, how does your unique idea work? How do I know what your idea is all about? So you need to pitch. Today, the MSME hackathons are happening. So MSME is also giving you an opportunity for a startup to scale. Today, for example, I want to start with examples to all of you. Today, a startup was an IIT and pass. So she was running pillar to pole and she didn't know where to tap. She got in reach with me and we just gave a little handholding support, connecting to the right people. So today our startup has got 8 crores grant. It is called as Autocracy, which is being recognized by our own Honorable Prime Minister of India. So that is the kind of impact a startup has to create. Getting 8 crore grant is for a startup is not an easy task. So how they went, they pitched their ideas, they had the right mentors, they had the right scalability. You need to be confident on the product you choose also. And she's into the core manufacturing. Women are less in the core manufacturing of agricultural trenches. So this startup has got, she's been a bilateral talk with government of India and government of China for technology transfers. So that is the kind of confidence the startup should also have. Today, she's also got an order of 70 crores where she's doing defense equipments, agricultural trenches in Leh, Ladakh, and all these places she's been supplying. So when a startup like her is able to do, why not you all? So today, any problem you come across is a startup. It is an opportunity for a startup. So I'm also on the International Startup Board. When I see lots of startup, whether they want to connect with the venture capitals or angel investors or anything, but how do they connect? Because first we have to believe in the product we choose, the idea we choose, and how the idea is going to take a scale. How does it scale? Because most of the startups do fail in the early stage of 6 months. They think, okay, I started and I should get the revenue generation. Let me tell you, sustainably happens only after 1 or 2 years, because you should understand your businesses, you should understand your opportunities, you should understand what is the scope of my business in case I take it up. So most of us today, how are we successful? Because we were able to sustain that first 3 years of our startups. Otherwise, today we would not have been successful. Today, any startup which can, sustain for 3 years can have, sky is the limit for those startups. For example, I met Mr. Amin Gupta. Amin Gupta, I think most of you must be knowing Amin. Can we have this as an interaction session, sir? Participants, you can speak to me. Amin is the Shark Tank's CEO. You must be knowing Amin. So I asked, how did they scale? He said he was a crazy man who has lost 7 times in businesses, and his family disowned him, his friend disowned him, and everybody. Today, you know what is the valuation of Shark Tanks? 7,500 crores. So that is where people have to believe in ourselves. Today, anyone who goes to Shark Tank, pitch your idea, you are having a presence nationally. So that itself is that your product is of some substance, it can scale, and this is how it looks. So this is how we need to believe in a product. So today, when I started my business also, it was not easy for me because it's a chemical-based industry where I got in. I didn't know what chemicals with the law graduation and all, but we have learned it hard way. Today, the startups have a golden period for all of you. Why? Because the government is supporting you through the incubation process. Government is giving you access to capital. Government is giving to the markets also. For example, like I said, AIC, Atal Incubators. Atal Incubators in every university, they are establishing now. For example, I came to know Chaitanya Bharati has got one of the biggest Atal Incubation Center. Any student who's got an idea can go to the college and just probably register and take your idea up. And even at ELIP, we have the Atal Incubators with us. It is called as VHub, Women Entrepreneurs Hub. So ELIP is also facilitating these kind of services to the startup. Suppose any startup which has got an innovative idea, we can handle them, support them, mentor them, give access to capital, access to market. These are the key factors for success of any business, right? So when we were doing businesses, we never had access to capital, access to markets, and we had to sustain it. But still, we were able to sustain these markets and access to capital. So these are the attributes. First attribute is believe in yourself. Second is you need to have a right mentor. Third is right marketplaces to sell. Today, the government is also giving lots of opportunity to sell your products because it is having the GEM portal. GEM is government e-marketplace, because we have to bid the tenders and all. So that is a waiver of tender fee also is possible to all the startups today. Today, most of the startups are very successful because they're very clear with what they want. Today, let me also say many technological manufacturing startups are very limited. Coming to the app-based startups, there are millions of startups. How do you think Amazon or Zomato or Uber or Ola, or today you are talking about Rapido, we are talking about other service providers like Porter. How did these services have come? They have seen the gap. They have seen that there is huge scope. They have studied the market. So anyone who wants to get into it, they have to do the research. Of market research is very important. What are the gaps? Today, the industry is facing lots of problems on the employees side. We are not getting the blue collar laborers. We're not getting, there's lots of dirt in the industry. That is an opportunity. Again, today the world is talking about sustainable SDGs. The SDG goals are also very important. Today, climate change is a great opportunity for all of you, because how to write a business plan. Okay. Vishnu, I would like to interact with you. Hello, Vishnu. Can you come online? Hello. So Mr. Vishnu has texted, what is the business plan? Okay, Vishnu, can you talk? Can you unmute yourself and discuss? That's a good thing. I'm happy that you're interacting. I won't be able to type it, but I can interact with you. Vishnu was asking, what is business plan? Can Vishnu tell me, how does the planning go? Hello.
Yeah, madam, you can interact or answer those questions later also. You please carry on, and our coordinator will interact with you by putting those questions
sir.
raised by the students
Sure.
later also, no
Sure.
problem.
So,
Okay, madam, please carry on.
okay. So this is how someone was asking me what business plan is all about. So what is a business plan and what is a project report? So these are the two different plans. So what is a business plan is, first is a business plan where all the raw thoughts of your goes on to the paper. How do I do? What do I do? How big I want to be? What is the machinery involved? What is that capital involved? What is that I'm looking at? So that is a raw structure of what we think about doing it. Your project report is it gives you the data. Without the project report, the bankers don't fund you, right? So the business plan gives you the concrete structure of business. So how do I go forward? Yes, I'm just going through the messages also. Probably we can address it later. So this is how the business plan works. So we think the business plan, first of all, we should know what are your pain points, how good you can take your business forward, what is the team building you need. So all this is the unstructured way of doing things and putting on a paper is the business plan. Any format you can share like templates. So probably you can Google and see what business plan is all about. The templates are there on the Google Sheets also. So that you can just see and take it forward. So anyone with an innovative thought, let me also give an open opportunity for all the people who are there here, 69 or 70 of them. If you have an innovative idea, any business idea, we can incubate. But we there is a process for incubation also. You have to be selected. And most of the startups, I think about a couple of them, we have SSI, SISF grants, we have MSME grants, we have the HDFC grants you can utilize. Grant is you need not give back, but you can utilize that money for your business growth. So these are the organizations which are associated to give funding to startups, initial stage startups, and very innovative startups. Today we have so many startups which are giving a solution. As I was talking, climate change is a big thing today. Today the world is talking about climate change. That's a huge opportunity for startups to see how a climate change things you can do. E-waste, how can I connect? So probably sir will share my number so you can reach out to me and definitely we can take this forward. So my number is 9866 955 906. So I think the sir will share the number with you all. So probably whoever has got an interesting idea can reach out to me. So I was talking about sustainable development goals. Today, the green financing is there for solar, but that is where you can think of opportunities. So also, when we are putting solar panels, how do you dispose the solar panels again? That is an opportunity again for all of you, a business plan. So a few of them are doing these projects. E-waste is a big thing because most of us have umpty number of e-waste that every household has got. How do you collect that e-waste, assemble the e-waste? That is a structured way again. I will share my contact details after the session, probably. Yes, definitely you can reach out to me. And this is where, again, today we are talking about water. World is talking about water. There will be wars around water. So how do you circular economy? Circular economy is reduce, reuse, recycle. How do you do it? Today, people are talking about, what do you say? Carbon neutral stuffs. So how do you make products out of the carbon neutral? Again, if you have the carbon neutral, this has got a global markets for all of you. So once the carbon neutral products, like we are talking today, I'm talking about my paints, for example. Today we are doing completely organic paints with zero lead, zero chemicals, and today our paints are recognized, and we are the toy industry for toddlers are using our paints. So that is the kind of innovation. Today, suppose I'm doing my old products of what I was doing, the industrial paints and all, I could not sustain with the national, international, and local brands. So you always have to go on investing on R&D, research and development. Again, any startup who is doing, without research and development, you cannot develop a product. That is the key factor for developing. Why other countries around the world are giving impetus for research and development, because they see there's lots of scope for innovative products. Today we are talking, we only saw in Harry Potter and all, the flying shoes, flying flights and all that. How is it happening today? The people are innovating those projects through AI too. Today the future is all about big data, AI tools and all. So again, you should think about those kind of sustainable things in artificial intelligence, virtual this thing. Today, virtual learning, this would not have been possible if somebody would not have taught. Let's stay connected, staying somewhere around in Banjara Hills and someone at Nampally. Still, we are all able to connect. Why? Because somebody has made this possible for us. So this is how we should think differently when we are developing a product. And I was talking to you about today, we have various incubations at Delhi. We have 25 incubators with us who are incubating, and the period of 1 year with a nominal cost, you can be incubated. We can give you access to capital. We can give you access to markets. Suppose your product is at the prototype, you can come down to us, take your product. We'll connect you to the right mentors also. Again, I'm heading Center for Entrepreneur Development, where we give entrepreneur developments to the students, to the women, homemakers. Today, food processing industry, again, there's so many people who got into food processing again. The food processing is also huge scope. There's lots of subsidy available from the government. Almost about 30 to 40% capital subsidy is there for in case you want to start. Today we are talking about wellness. How do you can wellness improve when you're getting into the food processing? How can wellness and food product be connected? So you should think about it is all food is related to so many issues today. We hear more about cancers today, right? All of us. So how can we eradicate the total structure? So that is a business opportunity. I'm just citing examples to you all. So that is an opportunity for you. I was surprised one of the lady who is a startup with us. She's making this millet based dosas, millet based only millets, and she's scaled up very good. I asked her, then she said, Madam, at the COVID time, I've not taken the vaccines. I said, why? I was not infected. She said, because that is the power of millets, right? So the wellness part also. So today, there's lots of stress in people working. So how can food substitute for the mental balances also? Today, you have the PCOD problems in women. So again, millets has got the strength to that. That is an opportunity. You're talking about the protein bars. Today, our food is lacking a lot in proteins and minerals. So how can you substitute those minerals and proteins by creating some balanced product in food processing? So that is again, today we are talking about the plant-based meat. Only one in the country is making plant-based meat. So that is an opportunity for all of you. So you have to think innovatively about it. Today, one of the startup at Ali has come to us. You are all fortunate that we are all studying in the universities and all that. That boy is from the typical government college. So that boy came with an innovative idea, seeing the farmers suffering, and he has come making paper of the crop produced, the roots which are left after the paddy or anything, whichever grows, sugarcane. You just leave the roots, you cut the stem. So what do you do with the roots? That's a huge waste, right? How do you create wealth out of the waste? So that is where he made this handmade paper. That has got huge scope again. So it looks nice. Grass at other side looks green, but it is equally tough to sustain. So he's got 40 lakhs grant from MSME when he has pitched that idea of his. Today, he is going to Haryana government and also giving solution to them, because Haryana crops, once if you burn the crop produce at Haryana, the Delhi is affected with the pollution. So this is the kind of solutions government is also looking at. So this is where I'm talking, think differently about your products. Today, we are talking about the satellites. Today, we are talking about drones, drone technology again. Drone technology, huge scope is there in drone technologies. Drones are not only used for spying or anything. Drones are used in agriculture. Drones are used in hospitals. Drones are used everywhere, right? For carrying materials also. Today, not only the vehicular congestion is there, but you also see the air congestion. How do you do the small innovations which can give solutions at a larger? So that is how we have to think differently about it. And sky is the limit for the startups. Today, many of the startups, as I said, I know a startup who's doing about 2 to 500 crores. I said, how is it possible? So they said, think differently, think at the bigger scale. So I always tell the startups, start small, grow big. So with minimum mitigated risk, growth can happen. So it is not easy, but yes, it is possible. So today, as I said, it is a golden. Today, the Stand Up India, we are talking about the Stand Up India policy. We are talking about Startup India policy. We are talking about, even the banks are looking at funding startups and stand-ups. Why? Because they want to show the government also that there is a sustainability in startups, right? So this is how it is happening. Today, there is a capital available with the government of India also. They're giving you under CGTMSC, they're giving you up till 2.5 crores. So that is a great, because I'm in the I'm an advisory member with the financial inclusion of National Institute of Small and Medium Enterprises. We keep talking about the issues, what the startups face or the MSMEs face and all. So they're giving on the hybrid model. So this kind of access to capital is available. Today under Mudra, up till 20 lakhs is available. Any startup who wants to start their products, up till 20 lakhs is possible to get access to capital from them. But when an external body wants to give you a capital, they look at your confidence, how the industry, as I said, the startup who just started during the last government gave her 5 acres of land, prime land near Wipro. So for her startup, which has got a 70 crore orders in her hand today. So that is how we should think differently. Today, there are many startups at Elif also, which are energy saving equipments they're manufacturing. They're also looking into the diabetic. Today at Elif, we have industries right from chips to microchips we manufacture. So that is the kind of women are also getting into the segments and various other streams also. Today, we have various products at Elif where we are giving impetus to the global market also, because we are getting them to reach. How do you scale to the global markets? So you need to have the quality, you need to have the technologies, you need to have the right packing. We give you those kind of orientation also, what is needed to go to the global markets. So this is how it works. And we also have the Women International Trade Center, where all the SAARC countries are going to promote trade to this trade center. This is the first marketplace for women in India. I can say in India, first and last. Alip is the only organization which has got the trade center to promote our products through the trade center to the global markets. So this is the kind of opportunity we are giving to all of you. So I was talking to you about ABWCI, Association of Businesswomen in Commerce and Industry. So this is the largest global platform where it connects women across the globe, where we have 150,000 members. So you can see, once we want to reach the global partners for marketing or exhibitions or anything, you can today many of the startups are going across the globe. So I said, if you have an innovative idea, you can reach out to me. On the International Startup Foundation also will get you connected with the right mentors and the right product. How do you scale your products? Today, one startup who has called me from Australia. So what he is doing is he's connecting the second-hand buyers. It's a unique startup. So how does it? Today we are talking about second-hand, what do you call? We have an app in India where we buy OLX, similar to OLX. So he came, he said, we connected him to a right mentor from Singapore where he can scale his businesses. He just started and he was getting about $20,000 or 30,000 Australian dollars per month. But he wants to scale his industry. To scale his industry, he needs right mentors. How do you scale? So he's getting and connecting and all. You need, when we have to grow through the businesses, we need to have the network. Today, network is net worth. How much you network, how much you can connect, and how much connections are very important today. I might know you today. Today, you might know somebody else. There are 7 connections of the world, they say. So that is very important to connect with right people also. So this is how the startup ecosystem works, and innovation also play a crucial role. The impact what you create, impact is sustainable impact. Today we have various clusters, like we have the food processing cluster, SOX clusters, where 7 of you come across on one umbrella, where the burden is not on you to start a startup. SOX cluster, like today the SOX are going to defense industry, going to the various other industrial sector, and it's a buyback policy. So we need to have those kind of sustainable ideas where it can be sustainable even after you, the generation next also. We should have systems and processes in place, so that helps you to grow. So this is how today my company, I'm there or not, the company will run. The companies are not meant for today, but it should go on without your presence also. So that is how the systems have to be created. Today, Tatas are known for how Tatas, Mr. Ratan Tata is not there, but the company is still going on. So it cannot just stop with you. It has to grow with you. So that is how the sustainable things you have to look at. So I was talking to you about climate change. I was talking to you about e-waste. E-waste, huge opportunity is there. Today, you see there's so many millions and millions of e-waste collected. How do you, there's rich in helium is there and gold is there. For when you assemble your phones, there are lots of silver, gold, helium and all. How do you assemble, take this? That's a huge opportunity, So that is again recycle and refurbishing, and also that's again a big business. Today, the plastic bottles we have, how do you get over plastic? Today, biodegradable bags you're seeing across. That is the kind of technology we're giving. We also have an incubation of fish tanks. Today you need not have a rich, you see the riverside fish tanks and all. We don't know what kind of water is being used, but here you give the right nutrients to the fish. Today, Haryana government has come, Northeast government has come to us for the technology transfers, because Northeast, again, they don't have the fish there. So these kind of tanks where they can give you about 3 to 4 lakhs income a month. So that is the kind of things you have to think on technology transfer. I'm sorry. So this is how the innovation today. We were thinking about sustainable today. Worn out clothes. How do you the worn out? There are many startups who are making bricks. They're making and refurbishing those kind of products again has got a resale value. A small bag the other day we just took out of the waste cloths. They made a small miniature bag which was about 1,500 rupees. So there is a brand. You have to create a brand for a product. Branding is very, very, very important. Today, you know, Ola by brand, Uber by brand, Zomato by brand. How did their startups do? So they have made people know what the products and services are. Today, Gold Seal is my brand. Today, people know me by Paint Lady, not by Kavita Rajesh. So that is the kind of impact you have to create on the brand. If you see Gold Seal, if you Google and see, there are many people who are reaching out to us. So that is, you have to struggle the first 3 or 4 years. I was talking to you when you when you put your baby steps and start running around. So sky is the limit for all of us. So this is how the ecosystem works, and the college you are studying also. There's lots of opportunity for all of you. Today, madam is there, and I'm sure Ambedkar University is also giving opportunity where it can connect with the partners like us, where your students can come see what women SMEs are doing. At the scale of 1 to 500 crores is the turnover of the women SMEs in our parks. So you can imagine auto rickshaw driver who is an auto rickshaw driver is into manufacturing of transformers today. So that is the kind of thing. And today we think, I don't know anything. There are technologists you can hire, who can help you to get the technology transfers. There are institutions of technology like NIPTEM is there for food, CFTRI is there, plastic technologies are there, packing again. Packing is a huge, huge business. Today, Amazon, you see packing. Everything you take, whether you're getting the pizzas at home, kind of packing. Packing is a huge scope again. So that is the kind of thing which we have to see and how we can take this forward. And being a service provider also, again, between the gaps, as I said, the blue collar jobs. So today, many of the industries, there's a huge gap in manpower crisis for all of us. So this is how the ecosystem works. And I think I would prefer having more interactive sessions so that we can talk in length more, ma'am. I would request you all to please let it be an interactive session.
Thank you so much, ma'am. A really very cute and inspiring lecture. And I think you are a resource person bank. You have so many ideas. Now, as I said, better if the session is more interactive, and the participants, please interact with madam. If you have any doubts, you can seek clarification, please.
Madam, there are a couple of questions already there, ma'am. If madam can able to address how to write a business plan, some of the question before.
Madam, please click on the chart. I think a few
I'm
questions. are in
saying.
chat.
Question was how a startup raises their investment and what they need to give. A startup, see, initially a startup idea should be a foresighted startup idea where you can take this, and a problem solving idea. A problem solving idea, the investors, the venture capital, seed capital is also available. Today, I, as an investor, have to invest in your startup. Like I was talking to you about the Shark Tanks, which is about 7,500 crores today. A Shark Tank is investing in a Pani Puri wala startup also. He's saying, what is the uniqueness in this startup that I can invest and my money of 20 lakhs is safe and where it can scale up. So there are many people today, say for instance, people like me, I want to invest in a startup. They're investing in 10 startups. If one startup is also successful, the money invested in 9 is taken care of one startup. So that is the kind of risk the investors are also taking today. So you have to have a problem solving issue, and as ROI, return on investment, is one. You need to justify how your return on investment is going to multiply and how it is going to give the results, is one. How long will you take up your startup to grow? That is what I said. The first 3 years is to understand your systems and processes. So you need to justify yourself when a venture capitals or angel investors or anyone. But let me also tell you one thing: when an angel investor or venture capital investing, there will be the major stakeholders in your business. So that is also a problem for you. You need to share your equity with them. So are you willing to share the equity with them? That is where you need to tap at these kind of institutions like seed capital or venture capitals or angel investors. Today, as I said, there is a capital available, 20 lakhs to 2.5 crores in CGTMSE and 20 in Mudra. And even the stand-up loans are given. Suppose you are exclusive in your thoughts, there is an access to capital for you all. Yeah. I think I covered the first question. Strong business plan, good experienced team members, and funding. Yeah, that is the solution you're giving. Strong business plan, good experienced team member, and funding, etc. Okay. I have a trading skill and experience, but I don't have capital. In case I have a capital easily, I will get the capital returns with 1 month with 300% ROI returns. I have good trading plan. How can I raise funds, madam? I'm planning for investment related startup. Can this startup interact with me right now? Hello?
Yeah, if they can able to recommend, they can.
You have to unmute that particular person.
Yeah.
Radha Krishna.
Yeah,
I want to understand
Give
this
access to him.
trading.
it is
What
open for
exactly
everyone,
in
ma'am.
trading is he
Yeah,
doing?
okay. Mr. Vishnu, I think Vishnu is raising the question.
Yes. Yes, Vishnu.
Vishnu, you please start interaction with ma'am. Instead of just putting chart, start what are interaction with ma'am. Mr. Vishnu?
Mhm.
Yeah, madam, somebody else is asking. Okay, I think he may join later. We are
And
getting
how do
few
I
more
get
questions.
patent registration if we have discovered? Yes. So suppose you come down to us, there are people who can register your patents. Patents are again copyrights. Again, the patents, the more number of patents you register also is good for you. So you reach out to us, we'll help you with. There is a separate wing where only patents are registered. Any startups, like as I said, Autocracy is again a registered patent. Nobody can copy what she has done. So we help you with the patents people also. So not a problem. You can reach out to us. So we will see what is the format for patents. We'll give you on how to patent your substance, and the unique idea can be patented. Oh, okay. I have a business plan on Indian knowledge and tradition. Yes, yes, yes. Can this lady interact with me? Dr. Nagavani.
And prior to that, there is one more question, madam, it seems. Mr. SS. I want to start a cloth branding, which people will get a good clothes in less price.
That's a good idea. You know, today we are seeing the various kind of social medias with minimum investments you can do. Today, most of the young youth is looking at Instagram. You must have seen one girl with her eyes with who's been viral across Facebook, viral across Instagram at this Prayagraj, you're saying about what is happening. So use this social media for these kind of things. So you're talking about the branding of clothes, and yes, people are looking at the lesser things also. Today, my show is again, many of them are using Misho for buying clothes and all that. So because they're very economical, the quality of substance is also good. So many of the traders who want to promote there, they're going through the Misho app today. We also have the other apps which are going. What is the minimum investment? 1 second, let me go through the questions. And madam, I have a good creating website and experience, but I don't have. Okay. Mm.
And prior to that, there is one more chart, I think, ma'am, quite interesting. Please throw some light on lean startup.
I'm just going through, ma'am. 1 second.
Santoshi. From Santoshi. Some light on the lean startup.
Yeah, lean technologies again, industrial, this thing only. The lean technology also, you need to have good connects with the industries, ma'am, for lean technologies. Today, lean startups are again doing good. But what is the capital invested in lean technologies, data payment tools, empowering and all? So that is again, because there's lots of gap again, and the GST has come. We are talking about lean, is that only, if I'm not wrong, lean technologies and all. So today the GST has come, it is made it very comprehensive. We thought that taxation will get easy and all. So there are certain apps where the startups are created for the industry specific, where the billing process, once you go through the billing, the app takes you right to creating the balance sheet also. So that is again a huge scope for all of you in case somebody wants to get into those. So for that, you need to go to the industry specific and industrial association to get connected with them. So you need to have big database for that. See, hoteling industry, you have anywhere, shopping anywhere, anything you buy, there is a scope for lean technologies, So the app based technologies, yes, there is a scope, and the funding is also available. And many were asking about what is the funding I can get for website and all. Also for services and trade also, you can get funding. As I said, mudra loans can be used for those kind of fundings up till 20 lakhs. I think that should be reasonably fine. Today, GoDaddy again. So when we are coming, please do your market analysis and do anything you want to, because we are talking about GoDaddy app. Within 500 to 1,000, you can create your own app. When I have to come, what is the uniqueness you're going to give to my website? Today, there's so many people who are playing. And also, when we start a right product or right thing, think of the market. Why am I saying? For example, I want to say, initially there was boom of paper cups, right? One lady started paper cup, then 10 people started, and she got killed, and they were also killed. The market presence was not there, the competition was high, and it is highly competitive and a volatile industry. With paisa margins, you have to work. So please, that is not viable for these kind of paisa margins and low profitability. You have to do volumes. So doing voluminous business and with no returns, it is not a worthwhile industry to get in. So you should always look at the sustainable part of it. So yeah, to say how much a person needs to rise or start a business from their own personal capacities. So you were saying this is an interesting, and you're also saying personal capacities. What is the kind of startup you want to start? Only when you interact, I can tell you what is that you need to start a startup. Today, a startup can start with 5 lakhs, a startup can start with 10 lakhs, a startup can start with 100 crores. So it depends on the startup you're taking up to have the scalability. When you put 100 crores, you should do minimum about 500 crores to match your 100 crores, the return on investments. So that is the kind of profitability you also have to look. When I'm doing the break-even point, when you invest about 100 crores, what is the break-even point? When do you get the break-even? When I invest 100 crores. So those kind of back-end things also you have to look into it. What is the investment value for food industry and IT? See, you can start a food industry with 20 to 40 lakhs also, or 10 lakhs also. Today, we are talking about franchising models across. So that is also possible. We are associated with Franchisee India also. Today, I don't know how many of you know the Aruku coffee. The Aruku coffee just started with minimum, and today it's got chain of people who are taking the franchises. So IT also is similar kind of thing. So IT again, it all depends on your return on investment is one, the ROI is one, and how much you are going to start the IT industry. Today we are talking about data analytics, AI tools. Again, these are the use scope, so use scope for you to get into these kind of activities, because future is bright for next 10 to 20 years on these kind of data analysis and AI tools. Again, I'm screening for investment for clothing. Investors, ma'am, for clothing. So probably when you are screening for investors for clothing, reach out to us. We can help you out. So what kind of this thing, a startup who has got 20 lakhs grant from us for this kind of clothing also is possible. So, okay, a marketplace where I can connect to B2B, e-marketplace. GEM is a e-market place, Vishnu, where you can connect to B2B, business to business. But when you are registered on GEM, you're not only competing with the national, but in the local brands also. So it is a larger government portal where business to business connect can happen. Hello. Small business plan. See, most of the startups, what happens is you may good in technology, but you may not be good in finances and marketing. So probably you can have partners in those streams where one is good in finance, one is good in technology, one is good in market access. So this kind of culmination of people together also makes the business very strong. So today I was talking about Santoshi. Santoshi is the forefront of the company, but there are technologists available with her as partners. So that is also possible when you're. Hello. So this is possible for all of us to scale further. And let me also tell you, this is the golden period next 5 years, because the incubation and the global reach government is also giving, because we are having various counterparts across. Today, the job, I forgot to tell, it's a good note for women SMEs, saying that the Goldman Sachs program, Mr. Piyush Goyal has been there. He said women are contributing after the programs, like 10,000 women. We have taken the training under the Goldman Sachs program. They said they are contributing 15 to 20% growth of the GDP. So women are very sustainable. Today, as I said, there are industries from 1 to 2,000 crores turnovers these women SMEs are doing. But we all really struggle to reach there today. So culmination of experience and culmination of enthusiasm makes a great theme. Enthusiasm and experience together. You startups can have the experienced people with you, and probably, yes, you can see today my son has joined me, who is very young, but he's got a vision 2030. So that is the kind of vision you should have to scale your businesses too. Any more further questions?
Ma'am?
Yeah.
Yeah, if we have some present some amount of the startup, ma'am, for food industry or IT, which is the best the present market is going on, ma'am?
See, IT is also going at rapid pace. Food is also going at rapid pace. Both of them. So, but you need to have the presence. IT food processing again is into manufacturing, right? IT is a faster growth. Food processing definitely would grow, because I don't know how many of you know the Millet Bank. The Millet Bank just started today. She's got great impact. Today she is supplying her products to Dubai also, Only millet based noodles, millet based pasta, millet based upma, millet based. You can see Millet Bank and see she has adopted all the farmers who are cultivating millets. So, but she struggled to be there. It took time for her to reach there, but Today she's into global markets. She's doing about 20 to 30 crores turnover, a startup. A startup is doing that. So why not you all? Today, for doing this IT-based industries, you're talking about data analytics or AI tools or robotics or anything. But you need to have mentors with you. You should have right mentors to scale your businesses. So that is also very important to choose your mentors.
Ma'am, and I also have the good knowledge in Java full stack and Java analytics, this data analytics, Python analytics. I have a good knowledge. I can put a
Then why
business
don't you
on it.
start a startup? Why don't you start a startup and address this problem? Probably you reach out to me. I'll connect you to Mr. Zahur, who is our incubation manager. Probably you can think of some products, or he will connect you to the people who are right in that.
Yeah, ma'am, I'm ready.
You can reach out to me. Let me see how we can help you out.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Anybody else? Ma'am, no more questions?
I think no more questions, ma'am.
Good
So,
afternoon, ma'am.
yeah, good afternoon. Who is this? Can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Niharika, ma'am.
Yarika from?
SS, the which I wrote in chat box about cloth branding and all.
Yeah, cloth branding. Yes,
Yes,
yes.
ma'am.
So what is your branding? Is it a startup or your idea or what it is?
No, like it's my idea, ma'am. So for that, like we are seeing for investors and all. So that's why.
No, no, what is this idea all about? Can you just explain now that you're
Yeah,
there on?
is exactly, ma'am. So if we can see that right now, we can see in clothing, Zudio is also highest thing for clothing for cheaper thing, and the quality is also good for we're getting the cloth in cheaper, less price. So
Right,
like
right.
that only, like it's near to that, we'll get a products in a good way, like in a quality thing with less price. So if we can see the H&M or any other thing, so the clothing will be if we take the HM and HM and sorry H&M. So the clothing is the jeans or anything is thin when
Right,
compared to normal one. If we take
right.
go to trends and all, if we buy a jeans denim jeans in DNMX, the DNMX cloth is more thicker when compared to like this H&M or Lee Cooper. So what my
Right.
thought is like if we go through with a less price with a good clothing and all, so it will help to the people which the people can't afford the H&M or Lee Cooper or any other thing.
Right,
So we can provide
right,
them in a less price.
right.
Yeah.
So, so you want to create an app based like Meesho, or you want to create a shop on your own and retail it, or how is this?
No, ma'am. I wanted to sell it through a website, ma'am. So
Sell it through the website.
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So
Ma'am, and I'm also a website developer also, ma'am, which I can create
so
a.
exactly. That's exactly I said let it be an interactive session. So now you have Nitin who can help you out create a website and where you can post your products. So this is exactly what I was saying. Let's interact so that we collaborate and take this forward. You might be good, somebody might be good in technology, somebody might be in marketing. Probably some website design, probably you can work together and take this forward, and later you can come with app-based things. First, people should know what you're doing, right? You're
Yes, ma'am.
talking about the branded like H&M and the Lee Coopers and all that, right? You're
Yes,
talking
yes, ma'am.
about the other brands. So
Yes, ma'am.
giving a substitute product with a similar kind of quality at a cheaper price, right?
Exactly, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So how do you do it but for that you need to establish the product first. You should have a product in line with you. Have you
Yes,
seen?
ma'am.
Have you worked on that kind of things? You
Yes,
already
ma'am.
have people who are going to give you the suppliers.
Yes, ma'am. One of my friend, like he's doing an R&D for all these things, ma'am.
You reach out to us, you and Nitin together, we can see how we can help you out.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you can reach out to me offline. We'll see. I'll connect you to the person who can take your idea forward, and you can also pitch your idea on MSME hackathons.
Yes, ma'am.
Fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Because there are
Thank you.
grants available for you people.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you. Yeah. So anybody else?
Why? Because like that branding is like it will help to some people which can't afford that much brand, ma'am. So
No,
that's
I do
why I thought.
understand. For middle class people, it makes lots of sense
Yes,
because
ma'am.
affordability is one you're addressing, and the
Yes, ma'am.
quality is the one you're addressing. So
Yes,
definitely,
ma'am.
this you have seen the gap. So you have
Yes, ma'am.
identified the right gap. So you want to
Yes,
start in between that gap. You want to start this service of yours. That's a good idea.
ma'am.
It's a very good idea.
I just want to see a smile on their faces, ma'am. So more than that, nothing. So
Yeah, that's good. That's a good thing what you taught about it, and you've seen. So you should start advertising yourself right from now on in Instagram and see the traction happening to you.
yes,
So
ma'am.
definitely put this across, take the feedback, and that will help you to create a market research also.
Yes, ma'am. So for that, like, how we'll get the investors, ma'am? Like,
Sorry, I didn't get you. Can you come again?
no, for that clothing branding, for how we'll get the investors, ma'am?
So for the branding, you will get investor. First, you should know. Once you should get the quality of raw material, and
Yes, ma'am.
first you should make one product. See the costing. See
Yes,
how
ma'am.
it works. First, you should do the sampling, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Without
Yes,
doing
ma'am.
the prototype, you can't take it forward. So you need to
Yes, ma'am.
initially work on the back end.
Yes, ma'am.
So then you can take the product forward. See, your own colleague who is there now, your friend Nitin wants to help you with the. So that is good for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Anybody else? Anybody else have any questions, or if anybody else want to interact with ma'am, you're welcome. Otherwise, I request Dr. Radhakrishna and also Sarita to please share ma'am's phone number so that they can interact with madam directly. So thank you very much, madam.
Do we need to share?
Fine, ma'am.
Yes,
Yeah,
madam. Do we need to
very
share in
inspiring
the?
lecture, ma'am, really, because starting my own company was my dream. Now I think
Yes.
I may be motivated once again.
Yeah.
Yes,
After
definitely,
listening to
ma'am.
presentation, I
Ma'am.
think I may be in touch with you.
No,
I
definitely.
too, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Both of us shall we start and interact with ma'am and start our own company.
Definitely.
Really, madam, I used to say my kids now also, if I am not a PhD holder or I am not a government servant, definitely I would have started with some good business and I would
Yes.
I would have a great entrepreneur అని ఎప్పుడు నా పిల్లలకి ఇప్పటికీ నేను చెప్తా ఉంటాను. It's like a dream only.
Yes.
But
Definitely.
today, after
job
hearing-
చేస్తున్నాను కానీ but hot of the thoughts, I'm not happy.
Yes,
No, all
true,
of us
ma'am,
feel
true.
the same.
Hello,
I
ma'am.
work for a corporate.
Good evening, ma'am. Kavita,
Madam.
ma'am. Ma'am,
Yeah,
this
yeah,
is Santosh.
Santoshi ji.
Santoshi, assistant professor from Vivekananda Government Degree College. And
Ma'am,
good evening, Kiranmoy madam and Sarita madam and Ravindra sir, everybody, because I'm a
Hi,
scholar of
Santoshi, ma'am.
ma'am. I'm proud to be and my question of me is that, madam, like in the college level, how to like ideation thing part, in our syllabus it is not there. The students have lots of ideas, ma'am. Like how to ideation of the word. See, that is important
There is a
step.
small interruption, please. Madam, actually, our Radhakrishna, one second, Radhakrishna. Our Radhakrishna has an idea. Kavita, madam, if you don't
Yeah.
have any objection, if you permit, he just want to create a WhatsApp group. So that
Definitely.
People can join,
Definitely.
because without your permission, we cannot create a group.
No, sure. Let him create a group.
Okay.
So definitely we can see and we can connect them to the right mentors, because the advantage is, because I'm on the International Startup Foundation,
Yes.
I'm also with the Center for Entrepreneur Development. Also, I'm with the Atal Incubators of Alip. So that can help the startups to take it forward. Madam was just talking, Santoshi ma'am was talking to me about idealization of how do we get the innovation out of the students. So
Yes.
that's the reason for the college, we have the hackathons, MSME
Yes.
hackathons, where
Yes, yes.
where we call all the college students to come and pitch their ideas, and few of like Matrushri and others got 20 lakhs grant from the MSME hackathon, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Like how
So
to
you,
approach that? You conduct programs in the colleges, or like
yeah,
how to
we
do that?
conduct, and also you can Google on the government this thing and see it across
Okay, ma'am.
wherever the Atal incubators are there. Suppose,
Okay.
so this is where Center for Entrepreneur Development of Alip gives you an opportunity for students to come visit and see our facilities across. So seeing is believing. It also motivates the students
Yes,
to
ma'am.
start
Yes, ma'am.
something on their own. So this
Yes, ma'am.
is, I was talking to ma'am also, if we have an MOU with Ambedkar University. So probably this opportunity is there for them to come across, see, witness. We have the Aurora Institute of Technology, which has come to us, seen about 50 professors have come to visit with us and talk and see how women SMEs are
Wow.
progressing. So this is possible.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much for that, ma'am.
Thank
It's
you,
a
ma'am.
yeah. Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. Really, now I have a lot of work with you actually. Ours is a government degree college for women, and our students are very enthusiastic and they are very, we have entrepreneurship cell also, madam, here. And
In
most
all
of the
government
students,
colleges
but we
like that,
don't
ma'am.
have the.
Sarita ma'am, all government colleges is it?
Yes, yes, Santoshi madam, I'm talking about
Yes.
my college. I'm not
Oh,
talking about
I'm
all
talking about my
colleges.
government college,
Ah,
okay?
yes, yes. So
Ma'am, I
here,
also, ma'am, and I also have a certificate of business entrepreneur certificate, ma'am,
Great.
Mhm.
which I have been
Very
done
good.
as a project on that.
Okay.
Greatly, I have been done recently on it, ma'am, on it. I gain a knowledge of it.
You have a knowledge of entrepreneurship, how it works, right?
Yeah.
So
Yes,
that's
ma'am.
good, no? That is good for scalability aspect of it. You have a skill in your hand. You have the knowledge of starting. So you should take the risk of starting the business then.
Yes, ma'am, I'm ready.
Mm.
Just I want
Come
to
down to
know
us.
what
ma'am,
is the business research, and I'm doing the business research only, ma'am, right now.
Good, good. So once you
Thank you,
do, you
ma'am.
come down to us, we will
uh,
take this forward.
Yeah, okay, ma'am.
Definitely. Thank
madam,
you.
out of all programs, ma'am, in the 7 programs, this was the 7th one. Now the participants are very active and the question and answer session was too long. Really, ma'am, means all are involved very much. If I'm not wrong, Kiran, ma'am, is it correct, ma'am?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes,
200%. They're
Yeah,
very
Yes,
even
sir,
good.
because
ma'am, Kavita ma'am, I just wholeheartedly want to thank you because I was searching for the source. I got a source, like idea of hackathon of ideas. It's really helpful to me. And thanks to Kiran, my madam, and for organizing such a wonderful program.
We should
Madam.
thank all the particular
All the organizers, all who involved, all whoever is a team. Thanks to the whole team. Thanks to
We
the
have
whole
an entrepreneurship development cell, ma'am, in the university, of course, not formally inaugurated so far, about which I have already shared with you. And Professor Pawar, he is the director for the EDC of our university. And definitely
Very
we'll
nice.
for some time, and we'll discuss, and I think really we can take forward few of the ideas of all the participants. Really, I'm surprised to see our students and also the students of some other institutions, I think, also joined. They are so much enthusiastic in starting their own organizations, companies. Really wonderful to see. That's the blood of, that's the young blood. And really, I told you that, madam, because starting my own company was my dream. And మీరు ఇప్పుడు మీ లెక్చర్ విన్న తర్వాత అగైన్ దాలో ఇది మళ్ళీ పెరిగింది. ఎలా ఐ విల్ ఇంటరాక్ట్ విత్ యు. Definitely I'll be in touch with you. Okay,
Yeah,
let
actually,
us
I'm
talk about
feeling
few
now,
ideas.
madam. Actually, I'm feeling now. I missed
Yes, yes. I really miss
coming to
something in my
university.
life.
One lady at the
Uh,
age of 90 years started a startup
Yes.
and it is flourishing. She's
Yes.
making laddus, was her skill. The
Yes.
laddus are internationally going now.
Yeah.
It just started with a passion.
wow.
And
The
there was
passion
a
has grown to
supplement.
perseverance and
Normally, yes.Eenadu paper every Sunday they give some supplements, ma'am. Sunday supplement. In once, I think about some 1 year back, there was I even then దాచిపెట్టించాను. అంటే after retirement, what are the innovative ideas people are getting and how they are becoming entrepreneurs after retirement, after 60. So they said age is not the limit at all. Irrespective of the
Exactly.
age, we can do wonders and we can prove ourselves. Yeah.
Ma'am, today for recreation of senior citizens also is a huge opportunity. Wellness, as I said, today people are senior citizens homes. How do you, many of them today, that is a huge opportunity. Huge opportunity. How do you engage the seniors? How
Yeah.
do you keep them engaged? Community building and all that.
Yeah.
So we should think differently, only then we grow. Yeah, but, I'm multitasking with everything there. Thank you for this opportunity. And definitely CD is also looking at, you're going to have an MOU with the university and definitely collaborate and take this forward.
And for the sake of the participants, our colleague Dr. Radhakrishna, he has already created a group, WhatsApp group that is a startup at BRAOU. So
BRAOU.
if the participants, if they're interested, he already shared the link here. If anybody is interested, you can just join that group. And Madam, actually, Kavita Madam has also gave permission to add her in the group so that you can interact with ma'am also. Okay.
Undu.
Now
Okay,
I
ma'am.
think it's time to wind up.
Ma'am,
I
and
request
small
you,
one, ma'am.
Radhakrishna, to say formal vote of thanks.
Nitin has
Yes.
one small question. Yeah, Nitin, tell me.
Yeah, ma'am. Recently, I have been done a project on employee record system, which I have been
Mhm.
recently. I am going to publish in a Google, ma'am.
Mhm.
It is very useful for our recent web pages, which the Googles or anything these employees are working conditions or the salary packages. It is very easy to know the higher authorities to know the how many employees are there existence in the company. We can know it in the project, ma'am. Recently have been done successfully
That's a
completed.
good idea. That's absolutely a good idea. You can take this forward. Today, for example, I want to cite one example to you. The corporate hospital, one of the corporate hospital I've gone, huge corporate hospital, but there is no integration with one department to the other department. They want to integrate this through the software processes. Because suppose I go as a cancer patient or a cardiac patient, I go to the admission department, then I go to the consulting room. So people looking at the elm of the affairs want to know where your file is, whether it is with the consultation or with the doctor or with the medication team. So there is a huge gap in that also. You can take this as an opportunity.
Yeah, now only
Yes.
I have also started this project also, ma'am. And I'm doing the ending stage of it. If
Very
I
nice.
if I complete this project, I can deploy easily in the website and the hospitals also, ma'am.
Wow, good. So definitely you reach out. So probably we'll see at the ISF also how they can be taken forward.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes,
Yeah, Radhakrishna.
yeah.
Yeah.
On behalf of organizing committee IIC, it is my privilege to propose a formal vote of thanks on this occasion and acknowledge the contributions of those who work really hard to make this event a grand success. At the outset, I extend my wholehearted thanks to our Vice Chancellor, Professor Ganta Chakrapani sir, for his encouragement to organize programs of this nature. We are truly grateful for his leadership. Thank you once again, sir. My sincere thanks to Mrs. Kavita ma'am, Kavita Rajesh ma'am, Secretary, Center for Entrepreneurship Development, for highlighting the importance of research in startups and emphasizing how small innovations can lead to larger big thoughts. And special mention of startups like agriculture in the fish tanks, e-waste management, drone technology, and packaging. These things are very insightful, ma'am. Thank you once again for making this event more interactive. I place on record our sincere thanks to our guest of honor, Professor Pushpa Chakrapani, ma'am, Director Academic, and LVK Reddy sir, Registrar, for their trust and confidence on us to organize events of this nature. I take this opportunity to special thanks to Professor Anand Pawar sir, President IIC. His constant encouragement has been a driving force behind our ability to organize the events of this nature. I would like to extend my sincere thanks to Professor Kiran ma'am, Professor Ravindranath Salman sir, Head Department of Commerce, and other teaching faculty, Dr. Srinivas Rao, Srinivas sir, and other colleagues. I also thanks Dr. Satya ma'am for her efforts to identifying the excellent resource person within a short span of time. The groundwork for this event begins weeks back. The team IIC members and meticulously planning every detail, ensuring a seamless and unforgettable experience. Their proactive approach and dedication have been driving force behind this event. We are incredibly grateful for their effort. I would like to thank our sincere appreciation to Finance Department, Computer Center, EMRRC, and the PRO section for efforts to making this event a grand success. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. It is absolutely delighting
Thank
to
you.
be here today.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you. My special thanks to you.
Thank
Thank you.
Just I call you and you accepted. Thank you so much. And definitely I'm going